Hey everybody, PSV60 back for more Turok Dinosaur Hunter. Last time I got pretty badly wrecked by a sergeant, so let's enact some revenge. Or better yet, let's have the environment enact some revenge for me. There are some traps in the game. A lot of them will target you, but that's one of the only ones that'll target. Whoever that was just has really bad aim. But those are some of the only ones that'll target enemies. Other ones, like this totally not obvious trap here, will only target you, the player. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little bored with the wildlife here. But we'll be hunting some new stuff pretty soon. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now, we've seen temple-like structures like this before, and this definitely isn't going to be the last time that we see them, but this one's got a new mechanic in it. And it's right here. That little floor pressure plate. Currently, we've got a wall here. This is more or less Turok's version of a switch. Step on it, and it makes something happen. In this case, it pushed the wall back. And we get a new item. Tech armor more or less acts like the armor in GoldenEye. Well, not as much more or less, and more of an, it does the exact same thing. It reduces the damage that you take to your health bar by overriding your health bar while you have it. Meaning that all of that damage that I take, it doesn't touch my health at all. And instead is just purely soaked up by the armor. Once the armor goes away, once it takes enough damage, then I'll start taking damage to my health again. But until that happens, my health bar's more or less untouchable. Now, big, wide open areas are really where you don't want to get stuck at with leapers. They are fast and can very easily end up on the opposite side of you. And they'll come back in here pretty fast. You can see we've got two of them already. So you don't want to hang around in there too much. Here, we have one of the better, or worse, I suppose, teases in the game. To the best of my knowledge, we can't get in here. You can only blow these apart with explosives, and tech arrows and explosive shells just can't quite cut the mustard for it. You need something bigger. You need at least grenades. Which is kind of a bummer, because, well, we've got a new weapon, we've got more armor, and we've got an ultra health just sitting in there, in addition to a lot of the bigger life force tokens. You might think that's a good reason to come back on a return trip, but Turok 1 doesn't have really any reason for you to come back on a return trip. Unless you missed a key in a level, you have really no reason to ever come back into that level. I'm also not really sure why the game does that. I remember it happening in the original N64 as well. If you are on the ground underwater, like this water where you can stand, and you happen to go... We'll have to keep that in mind. That key, I mean. And you happen to go a bit into an area that goes down that you can swim in, you just drop like a rock straight to the bottom. And we just missed another one of those there. Good to keep in mind just in case you missed them, but since we already got both of the ones in this level, there's not really much of a reason to jump back in. I always liked this area. I don't know why, but this area just always stuck with me ever since I was a kid. Like this little underground cave system with the water that you can wade through. Leapers that swim in midair. And just a slight fog in the light that you can see. Environmentally, it just, I don't know, stuck in my memory pretty good. And this is a scenario that hopefully you won't find yourself in too often. If you don't have explosives, purlins, especially the bigger ones, will take a lot of shots. And that mechanic that you saw earlier is... Apparently there's a portal there! Didn't know about that one. Okay. Anyhow, the mechanic that you saw me use earlier is if you double tap the strafe buttons, Turok makes a slight hop to the side. It can get you out of danger pretty quick, but usually just simple left and right strafing is more than adequate for what you're using it for. And won't accidentally propel you off of a ledge. Now, we've got the exit portal there, but if you remember, we saw a key a little bit earlier, and we've got this little convenient side path down here, which not the slightest bit suspicious at all. Now, what's in the middle apparently came back. I'm guessing the portals reset, the timers for them, I mean, reset when you go into another portal. Which would make sense, because that would mean that they'd reset when you enter and exit a level. But, like I was saying in one of the earlier videos, there's very little documentation on the portals online. And we're back in the hub. Do a quick check of our keys. We got everything in level 2. And next time, we're going to head off to the ancient city. Nice change of scenery, and we'll finally get to see some new enemies. Till then, good hunting.